All right, guys, welcome to Flavo Rihanna's MMA show. I'm your host, Flavo Rihanna, brought to you by Four Corner Sports. So, tomorrow night, UFC Vegas. I think we're on UFC Vegas 22 by now. UFC Vegas 22. Derek Brunson versus Kevin Holland. All right. Wow, I've been waiting for this matchup. Been waiting to see Big Mouth back at it in the octagon. Last time we saw Derek Brunson, this guy destroyed Edmund Shabazian, and he hasn't been heard from since. Okay, so what's gonna happen tomorrow? So co-main event, we also have Gregor Gillespie, right, making his return after he got knocked out by Kevin Lee at MSG. He is fighting All City Kickboxing's own Brad Riddell. All right, so he's fighting that. You also have the anticipated debut of Cheyenne Bays, however you want to pronounce it. She is facing Montserrat Ruiz, 9-1. We also have Adrian Yanez. I'm very hyped about that fight. He is fighting Gustavo Lopez. We also have Tai Tuivasa. Yes, Tai Tuivasa. Last time he fought was against Stefan Struve. Ended up winning that fight. He is fighting Harry Hunsucker, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. Also, you have Keenan Song versus Max Griffin. So, pretty good main card. All right, very very excited about this. But we'll kick it off with the main event. All right, so main event: Kevin Holland and Derek Brunson. All right, both guys are not big fans of one another. Kevin Holland, last time he fought, he ended up beating up Jacare. Got a knockout from his back. Ends up clipping Jacare while Jacare was in full mount. And Jacare fell back forward, and Kevin Holland just smashed him. All right, Derek Brunson, like I said, he dominated Edmund Shabazian, and, he started the hype train from there on forward. So, who do I favor? Well, I am going to favor Kevin Holland, and here's why. Kevin Holland, tall, lengthy, all right? I don't want to really kind of have to compare him to Israel Adesanya. A little bit of a different style. But when it comes to stature, physique, yes, very similar, okay? He's tall, lengthy. He has good reach, all right? He has a great striking, all right? Loves to trash talk and stuff like that. And Derek Brunson, stocky. He's one of the bigger middleweights in that division, all right? Obviously, when he rehydrates and stuff like that, but Derek Brunson, wrestler, could be very aggressive and stuff like that. I just see Kevin Holland getting underneath Derek Brunson's skin, all right? I see Derek Holland. I mean Derek Holland. Why am I saying Derek Holland? I'm thinking of a baseball player. Let me just rewind, all right? Kevin Holland. I can see Kevin Holland getting underneath the skin of Derek Brunson just because of the fact that, I could see him being a little bit sensitive. I could see him, trying to shoot for a takedown, getting a little bit frustrated and stuff like that. I just see that waning down going into the third round, and I do see Kevin Holland catching him with a right hook, dropping him. Not similar to the way that, how do I describe it? The way I kind of see this whole thing panning out is, Derek Brunson trying to attack going forward, trying to shoot for a takedown. Kevin Holland hits him with a right hook, falls down to the floor, and then Kevin Holland just ends up unloading with right and left punches, forcing the referee to stop the fight. I do think that if Holland does win, this is going to shoot up his stature, his stock, to great heights that I don't even think that he would have thought, because now he's going to be in the conversation of the elites when it comes to middleweight. I do feel like he is going to be maybe like 1 or 2 fights away. Do have to agree with Israel Adesanya about that. There's no way he gets a title shot after getting a victory over Derek Brunson. I do believe that he may have to fight Marvin Vettori. If Marvin Vettori is able to get past Darren Till, he beats up on Marvin Vettori. Then after that, one more fight. Maybe might have to be against Apollo Costa or Robert Whittaker. Something along that nature. Maybe even a Jared Cannonier. All right, whenever he is done rehabbing from his injury. So it might have to lead down that path. If Derek Brunson wins, all right, Now he has put himself in, again, like what I said about Kevin Holland, into the conversation for battling for a title. All right, beat up on Edmund Shabazi, undefeated. If he beats up on Kevin Holland, he stops his five fight win streak, and now he might have to face I don't know, Darren Till. Never fought each other. Darren Till was to lose against Marvin Vettori. Did Marvin and Derek Brunson fight one another? I'm not 100% sure. They did. I just don't remember it at all. Maybe Derek Brunson might have to run into Robert Whittaker. I know them two had fought. So there's going to be plenty of options. The winner of tomorrow's main event will definitely not be fighting for a title shot in their next bout, but they will most likely be 1 or 2 more fights away. I just feel like it's really going to come down to this. Can Brunson control his composure? Is he going to be sloppy about making his mistakes? All right. And can Kevin Holland continue a pace, high level striking, going to be able to, keep it within range, all right, fight at distance, and be able to trash talk and get underneath Brunson's skin. If he is able to get underneath Brunson's skin, then yes, I certainly do feel that Kevin Holland's going to be able to win this fight by the 3rd round. But I will have to add this: if this exceeds past the 3rd round, going into the 4th and 5th round, then I definitely do favor Brunson, just because of the fact that Holland has admitted. I don't know why he admitted it to begin with, but he has admitted that he has no intentions of fighting 25 minutes. So just that mindset alone, I think, might come back to haunt him. But if I'm Kevin Holland, I'm trying to finish this fight within the first 3 rounds, because I have no aspiration whatsoever on trying to fight 25 minutes with Derek Brunson. All right. So that's my pick. I got Kevin Holland inside the 3rd round by TKO. All right. Moving on next, guys. So co-main event, we got the return of Gregor Gillespie. Right? Yeah. Gregor Gillespie, right? New York's own Gregor Gillespie versus Brad Riddell. All right. Brad Riddell has about 70 kickboxing fights in his career. This guy is a high-level striker. All right. He's coached by Eugene Behrman. Israel Adesanya's teammate, right? Kai Kara France's teammate. So what do we expect from Brad Riddell? Well, co-main event, he's going to be facing somebody of Gregor Gillespie who has high level wrestling. But here's the question, here's the caveat. How is Gregor Gillespie's head, recovering, right? He got knocked out pretty bad. He got put out cold with that high leg kick by Kevin Lee at, I believe it was UFC 245, if I'm not mistaken, or 244. That was the card with Jorge Masvidal versus Nate Diaz. Gillespie got knocked out cold, was put to sleep, and then after that, we haven't heard from him since. And it happened actually in November 2019. So look where we are right now, March 2021. So he definitely needed a time off. I do actually prefer fighters to take a long layoff if they get knocked out like that. You definitely want your chin, your head to recover, because if you go back into the octagon too soon, the only thing that's going to come out of it is that you're going to be 10 times more hurt, and you're not going to be able to withstand punches or a knee to the face or with anything of that nature. But I don't know. I definitely do feel like this is the typical striker versus grappler matchup. I am in favor of the grappler in this one. I am in favor of Gregor Gillespie, and here's why. High-level wrestler, all right. I don't have much confidence in Brad Riddell keeping up of a pace with Gregor Gillespie. I think Gregor Gillespie is going to be able to hold him down, pin him down, put him into half guard, and control the fight on the floor, all right? We've seen Gillespie control fights. We've seen him dominate fights on the floor, all right? I don't have any much confidence of Riddell being able to get down, get back up constantly, because it's going to exuberate so much energy from you that is going to lead you to get tired going into the late 2nd and 3rd round. So I got Gillespie winning by the 3rd round by submission, surprisingly. Submission. How's it going to be? Most likely arm triangle, all right? Since he loves to be in the half guard. But I got Gillespie winning by submission. Next, we have Adrian Yanez. I believe it was Cheyenne Bays. Cheyenne Bays making her debut. She was part of Dana White's Contender Series. She is fighting, I always mispronounce her name, Montserrat Ruiz, all right? Now, Cheyenne Bays is the wife of JP Bays, who is going to be also on this card. He's on the prelims. I believe he is the first fight. This girl got a lot of, spunk into her. She has good boxing. She has good striking. She has an attitude. She has a mean streak, all right? I don't know what to really expect from both ladies over here, but what I will say is that if it's anything that we saw in the Dana White Contender Series, because I'm not going to just base Cheyenne Bays off of just one fight that I've seen, then I have very high expectations of her, because what she displayed in that Contender Series was just domination right there. It was pure masterpiece, and she was able to land so many hard, significant strikes on her opponent in that Contender Series fight. As for Montserrat Ruiz, all right, I don't know much about her. She's 9-1, and that's just a sad story about it. I don't know too much about these ladies right now. If I had to pick, I'm picking Cheyenne Bays by decision. Next, Adrian Yanez versus Gustavo Lopez. Honestly, guys, this might be the dark horse fight of the night. All right, Adrian Yanez looks spectacular in his last fight. He is facing a tough opponent in Gustavo Lopez. Adrian Yanez fought Victor Rodriguez, won by knockout, right, in the first round. Nice head kick, put him to sleep right there. Phenomenal fight. All right, Adrian Yanez, in my opinion, he has the potential of being a top 10 in bantamweight, and bantamweight is loaded, all right? I think bantamweight it might be the deepest division in all of the UFC. So I got he's facing, Gustavo Lopez, who he is no scrub whatsoever, all right? This guy will put a hurt onto you. He ended up, I know he fought against Marab, I can't pronounce his name. So hard. I know I can spell these guys' names, but I butchered these guys' names so bad. I know he fought Marab Divashvili in his first fight, and that's when Marab had, I think he broke his own record for most takedowns. He had double-digit takedowns. I think he had like 10 or 11. Something absurd within that nature. But ends up bouncing back, ends up beating up on Anthony Barash. He ends up winning by submission. My thing is this: if it's gonna be on the feet, I'm favoring Adrian Yanez. If it's gonna be on the floor, I'm definitely gonna favor Gustavo Lopez. But I think this time the striker gets it done. I think he gets it done in the middle of the third round by a high leg kick once again. Right? Adrian Yanez by knockout, and Gustavo Lopez will be 12-6. All right, and then we also have another fight. We also have Keenan Song versus Max Griffin. Max Griffin, veteran of the UFC. Last time he fought, I believe it was he lost to Cowboy Alex Oliveira. Ends up beating up on Ramiz Marjal. So Max Griffin, I think he has the opportunity of playing spoiler against Keenan Song. Keenan Song, I think the UFC has a little bit of high expectations of him moving on forward. That's why they have him on the main card on this fight. He beat up on Callum Potter. So I don't know. I want to say Max Griffin and I'll play spoiler on this one. All right. I think he's going to use his veteran. He's been around. He's been in the game for quite some time. I want to say it was like dated back since 2016. I was going to say 2017. But, for Kobe Covington, for Eric Montano. So I think his veteranship, inside the UFC octagon is going to beat up on his opponent tonight. Him beating up on Keenan Song. But if Keenan Song is able to, fight at distance, make sure that he's able to control the fight with his jab, right? Then I'm giving the fight to Keenan Song. But I'm giving it to Max Griffin. Max Griffin wins this fight by decision. And then lastly, we have Tai Tuivasa versus, this guy has another hard name. Harry Sonkner. Harry Hunsucker. So I said Sonkner. Harry Hunsucker. Tai Tuivasa last fought, beat up on Stefan Struve. All right. He's been up and down, up and down, up and down. I had very high expectations of him when he came into the UFC. He's 11-3. I know you'd be like, what are you saying? Like he's up and down, up and down, up and down. Fought once, but lost to Sergey Spivak, lost to Blagoy Ivanov, right? Lost to Junior Dos Santos. I mean, those are big names right over there, right? But he definitely needs to get this fight. Definitely needs to get this fight. Plus, who doesn't love the shoeies, man? Who does not love the shoeies? Whenever Tai Tuivasa does the shoeies, I mean, it looks disgusting. We'll never do it, but we got to see the shoeies tonight. I got Tai Tuivasa winning by knockout versus Harry Huntsucker. Harry Huntsucker, was just a late fill-in. Really do feel like Harry Huntsucker is just gonna be in a world of pain versus Tai Tuivasa if he's able to get it done. All right, huge upset in my opinion, but I got Tai Tuivasa by knockout first round. If it goes into the third round, I think it gets ugly. Outside of very few heavyweight fights. I mean, the first 5 minutes is where it's at for heavyweight. Anything after that, it's unfortunate that it just starts dwindling down and these guys start gassing out. But that's what it is at heavyweight. Got Tai Tuivasa winning by knockout, and like I said, Max Griffin winning by decision. Adrian Yanez winning by knockout. Cheyenne Buys I expected to win. Also, I have Gregor Gillespie winning by submission, most likely by arm triangle. And I got Kevin Holland winning in the third round over Derek Brunson. So that right there covers everything for the main card. All right. Next week we got UFC 260. UFC 260. Stipe Miocic defending his title against Francis Ngannou. This is gonna be part 2. You're gonna have Alexander Volkanovski for the first time ever defending his belt against somebody not named Max Holloway. He is gonna be fighting Brian Ortega. We also have the return of Sugar Sean O'Malley. He is fighting Thomas Almeida. We also have Vicente Luque versus Tyron Woodley. And we got so much more, man. Can't wait for these next couple weeks. We got so many great fights. If you guys didn't hear, put out a video not that long ago. This is my reaction towards Khabib's official retirement, plus what happened in the bantamweight division. You have stuff with Cody Garbrandt returning, TJ Dillashaw returning. No, they're not fighting each other. That would have been great. But man, guys, we're at a good place being a fan of MMA. We're at a good place of being fans of the UFC. My eyes are gonna be glued onto the TV when the UFC is on Saturday nights. But until then, I'm your host Lava Rihanna, and thank you for tuning in. Please hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace, guys.